welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm just gonna be filming. Originally this video was going to be a get ready with me and a story time on how I found out I was pregnant, but I am 30 weeks today and I honestly hate wearing makeup at this point in my last trimester, so I'm just gonna do a story time on basically how I found out I was pregnant below. I know in my last video my comments were kind of off, but that's fixed now, so if you guys want to go ahead and comment ideas for next videos. Also, I did notice that I didn't really let you guys know all the products I used for my last tutorial on the baby look with the James Charles palette I did. If you guys still have any questions or are wondering what products I used, just comment down below and let me know what you guys want to know, or what products I use, or like eyelashes, or what I use for my eyebrows, because I did do those things kind of off camera. Other than that, let me know what you guys kind of want to see for the upcoming videos. I'm trying to do as many videos as I can, but being pregnant, it's just been such a hassle. I do think I will be vlogging my delivery day if it's possible, because I don't know what to expect since it's my first child. Let's just go ahead and get into the video. So practically boyfriend now, we've already been dating for a couple months, and at this point we're already moved in together, so I'm already living with him. And so really typically around February to March, when I kind of started feeling weird, kind of like, you know, you just know, you have that sixth sense where you know for a fact that something's weird with your body. So I started to feel weird around probably the beginning of March, and I let him know at that time. I was like, you know, I think I might be pregnant. And so I did. So let's just go back a little on birth control. So for around 3 to 4 years, I did have that implant in my hand. For about I took it out 2 years before I even met Miguel. So I took it off. I did end up, you know, taking it out, letting my body breathe for about 2 years, because you know, you do have those things with birth control that eventually, you know, it's not really good for your body. So yeah, I took it out, and at the moment with my boyfriend, I did not use birth control, and we weren't really using, you know what it goes. But so it wasn't a shocker, and it wasn't like we didn't want it, but it just kind of did surprise us, because you know, we had a plan basically. And so practically during the time we're living together, I'm not using birth control, and you know, we just weren't really being careful. Like I already said, we weren't necessarily trying, but we weren't necessarily being careful. So yeah, so we have a little bundle of joe now. But okay, so now let's just go back to in March. The first week of March, well, technically by the end of February, March, mind you, I did get my period on February, which I then didn't really think about it too much, which I was like, I just got off my period, and now I'm just kind of like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna give it a couple days. Maybe it's just my body, you know, women's body works differently for everybody. So I was just like, okay, whatever. The first week of March comes around, and I'm feeling kind of nauseous, and not really feeling myself. Like, you already can tell like when your body's off. Even when you're on your period, you know your body's off. You get cramps, etc., etc., like back pains, you know, bloating, all the mood swings. And also I'm already feeling, you know, not well. So I'm just over here thinking maybe about to get my period. My period's very irregular, so I never really get it the same exact time during the month. And you know, birth control does help with that, but like I said, I wasn't on birth control. And just me being precautious, I did take a home pregnancy test that week, and it was negative. So I was like, okay, like I'm not gonna worry about it too much. We left it at that. But as the days went by and, you know, started to kind of like, I guess you can say get worse. So I was just kind of like, okay, like maybe I should just go get a P exam from like Planned Parenthood, or, you know, where I go to gonna go and call, and I made an appointment. I believe it was the second week of March. I don't really have the exact dates because I'm really bad with dates, but I did go. I believe it was like between the first to second week of March, and I did go to Planned Parenthood, and I did go and get a P test, which they normally like always do, and it's always like a positive. So I went and it came out negative. So I was like, okay, maybe, you know, like I'm not pregnant and it's just my period or my body acting differently, you know. So then practically after that, the nurse did let me know it could be still too early for the urine to detect the HCG levels. So she was just like, just give it a couple more days or weeks and try test. She was like, the earliest you can test is probably the 16th, which that would mark already 4 weeks. 4 weeks if you were to be pregnant. But if you want, do it the 20th of that same week, so you're more giving your body more of a certainty to be able to produce more HCG levels. So I was like, okay. I did have my boyfriend go to the store and buy me pregnancy tests just in case to have at home, and I was practically just like, okay, whatever. Like, me technically, I felt like I was already ready to have a child. I had just turned 23. Well, I turned 23 in April and we found out in March. So we were both really excited either way, if it wasn't and if I was. A lot of people are kind of like, oh, it just happened, so there's nothing you can do with it. Honestly, we weren't, like I said, we weren't trying, but we weren't being careful. So it's not like we didn't want the baby. So I was taking them, I took them for a whole week and they were all negative. Cute right there. So I was already, I kind of had already played it in my head that I was, but when March 16 came around, I took a test and it was positive. And at that moment, yeah, I was kind of shocked, but I kind of already knew because like I had all the symptoms. It wasn't like I'm over here being crazy, trying to have a baby, like, you know. So yeah, I show him and he kind of is like, he was shocked. I feel like he just didn't know how to react at the moment, because, you know, initially like we were thinking we weren't pregnant. So when it came out positive, he was shocked, but he was happy because, you know, we both had already talked about it and we had already spoke about it and we had already planned a plan. But at the time, the plan had to be super fast forward because it was already happening. So practically, yeah, we confirmed that I was pregnant with the pregnancy test, and the weeks prior we just kept it kind of to ourselves until we started telling his family members, because I wanted to confirm from the hospital that I was and how far along I was. And so practically when I called and I told them basically my period cycles and stuff, they based it on that. And when I had called, they had officially told me I was 4 weeks, and that basically my first appointment would be a vaginal ultrasound to confirm pregnancy, you know, to see if it was actually pregnant, which, you know, home tests could sometimes not be accurate, but most of the time, like 100% of the time, they aren't. So I just wanted to be 100% sure before we did tell our families. And so far, like, everybody's been very, very supportive. I have gone through like my ups and downs through my pregnancy, but overall, my pregnancy, I don't have a lot to complain about it. A lot of women are like, oh, like the first trimester was like the worst. I have super nausea, like I wasn't able to sleep, I wasn't doing none of these. So I was already 4 weeks when I found out. So it explained why I was super tired, why I was hungry all the time, why I was nauseous. Like, I was nauseous, but I didn't throw up. Like for my first trimester, I think I only threw up twice. And so practically I was just kind of like, it was very mellow first trimester. Mind you guys, throughout my whole pregnancy till today, my pregnancy craving of 100% all day long, all week, all month is watermelon. Watermelon with salt, tahini, and lemon. And I can eat a whole watermelon by myself. There was days where I actually sent my boyfriend to the store just for freaking watermelon. He'd be like, I'm gonna have to buy you more than just one so you guys have some at the house. But yeah, practically that was how I found out we were pregnant. I believe that once we told his family, he was super excited. My mom was super excited. My mom was super excited to have a first grandchild. Mind you, it's first grandchild on both sides. So his family's excited, my family was excited, and I am 30 weeks today, and we have about 2 more months. I am due on November 26th, Thanksgiving, so that's literally around the corner. I always knew I wanted a child at an early age just because I wanted to make sure that I had the energy to be able to run after him, take him places, go to the park, and stuff like that. And so did my boyfriend. My boyfriend also wanted to make sure that we were both in a good early stage where we were able to do stuff with our child. We are having a baby boy. We both wanted a boy from the very start, so we actually really got a baby boy. Subscribe to my channel so you guys can get notified when I do post. Make sure that you guys also turn on your notification bell. That way you are notified when I post. A lot of new things are coming our way, so let me know. Comment down below. And I'll see you guys next time on my next YouTube video, and I hope it's soon. But we'll see.
Ya me imaginaba.
Al baño, ¿por qué tanto caso?
Pues no que no, Miki. No decías que no.
¿Qué te dije? Mira.
Pues no dice qué es.
No, pues
Ay.
¿Para no saber?
no,
Todavía no sabemos.
Hay que pagar.